What up, my friends? Welcome to Daisy's Garden. And today I wanted to talk about comparing yourself to other people and how to get rid of envy and jealousy that you might have toward other people, and it might bring you down a little bit. So I wanted to discuss that today. A big part to start with is to realize that self-love is very important. Without self-love, there's not much love you can give to the world. You have to gather the energy within yourself to pass it on to other people and to be genuine about it. I know definitely for me, I was at a point where, I felt like I was casting love to the world, but there wasn't enough for me. There wasn't enough that I was giving myself to give to other people or the world, or just give the energy out to everybody else. So it all starts from you. You have to take responsibility for your own actions and your own thoughts. You control this. A lot of things that are external to you, you can't control. However, you can control your attachment to those external things. Because obviously, you can't control external things to you. But when it comes to jealousy and being envious, it all stems from insecurities that you have about yourself. That's the root of why you would feel envious or compare yourself to other people in a way that it's negative. This is something that I've struggled with, and something that I always catch myself doing if it does happen. So I have a well-rounded perspective of being in that scenario and also catching myself and getting rid of it. And, it happens to the best of us. It happens to all of us. But, as you become more aware of the significance of your mental state and how it transfers to your physical state, you realize how important it is to make sure your mental state is where you want it to be. Because if it's not, everything's going to be out of whack. You might not be happy. You're not going to know why. You never know. Things can really get wild and crazy up in your brain. And everybody definitely, I feel like everybody has experienced that before, whether, having, panic or anxiety, or at some point, just feeling down in the dumps. That's just how it goes, and I feel like most people do understand what that feels like. But I think a big thing that makes this happen is social media. I feel like social media is such a key, because that's for me. I'm speaking completely, obviously, personal here. I feel like social media can be a great tool to connect with friends that you don't see all the time. That is a great thing. But if your mind isn't in the right state, other people can affect you in ways that maybe you didn't even realize. Maybe you're not doing much and you're just scrolling on Twitter or Instagram or something, and you notice that friends are doing crazy things, crazy fun things, and you're like, oh man, like I would love to do that, and I'm not doing anything right now. And it just kind of sucks. And it's something that, you shouldn't feel down about just because you're not doing that specific thing. But, most people, I feel like, go out and do fun things over the weekend or something, or, just enjoy your time, essentially, is what I'm saying. But, some people do go out and do things more often than maybe you do. And, it could cast a toll on you after seeing that and like, oh, I'm not doing anything cool like that, I'm not enjoying myself, I'm not happy, whatever. But it's living in a different moment, living in a moment that you're seeing on a social media, instead of living in the moment that you are in and just fully absorbing yourself into it and being appreciative of that moment that you have to just experience. That's the point of life, is to experience this experience itself. It's not even just doing as many crazy things as you can, even though if that's what you want to do, go for that. But It's something you don't have to do in order to be happy with your life and to enjoy your life. It's something that you don't have to do as long as you're just enjoying it. You either change your situation and actually go do something, or you change your mindset. It's one of the two things. But another thing is to realize that, especially if it's your friends, like if you see them enjoying themselves and you maybe, like I said, feel kind of down that you're not doing what they're doing or something, just have to realize that, like, you are no different from your friends. From everybody else for that matter, but specifically the people you're closest with and that you resonate with. They're the people that you want to be proud of and be happy that they're happy and enjoy their happiness with them instead of putting yourself in their shoes. Being empathetic is a great tool, but it can also be hurtful. And this is a situation where it can be, because you're putting yourself in shoes that you don't really need to be putting the shoes in. You kind of, you can kind of see what they might feel like doing this certain thing, but once it starts becoming a negative occurrence, that's when you have to realize that, maybe I need to take a step back, disconnect from, this empathy for this, and just be happy that they're doing whatever, they look however, things like that. Just don't take it so personal, as something you're not proud of yourself for, just because other people are doing it, or how other people look, or where people live, or foods they're eating, or whatever is making this emotion of jealousy or envy happen. Disconnect from it. Just be happy for them, because that's such a big thing that is overlooked, I feel, in our society, is being envious and jealousy is, people use, oh, well, we have emotions, we should be able to use them and feel them. And, I kind of agree. I think they can be tools to help you grow into positivity. If you're not a positive person, I think that you need a mix to really appreciate the good, but I feel like at a certain level, you can start feeling really good without having to worry about negative occurrences. You can actually just fully enjoy feeling good and then unattach to negative feelings. You can do something like that. But yeah, not even just as a negative thing. Attachment is something that can be a problem regardless of positive or negative, because attachment is attachment. Even if it's something positive, you're still going to have to let go of it. Eventually, you're going to have to let go of positivity and negativity to a state of just being. So there's no positive, there's no negative. There just is being, and that's it. No other words can describe that, but just being, because that's all it is. Words can be very difficult in times where, I discuss things like this, because words can't describe it. The only way you can put it into words is to experience it. You have to experience it in order to try to put it into perspective to explain. I wouldn't say I've had an experience of no self. I wouldn't say I haven't had that, but I have had glimpses of being in a very deep meditative state, and just being fully aware and just conscious of the moment, and just not allow anything to judge, anything to attach to my brain enough to be able to focus on it and to judge it and to think about it further, like just letting it just pass through. And this is something that I also like to do, not even just meditating, but just going throughout normal life. You can be mindful without being in a meditative state. You don't have to be in a meditative state in order to do this. You can do it whenever. But yeah, I would say definitely just try to make sure that you don't get sucked into social media too much to where it becomes hazardous to you, where it becomes something that you feel bad about yourself for seeing other people look the way they do or do things that you wish you were doing or had things that you wish you had or something. All that's desire, all of that is egoic, and eventually you're gonna have to realize that you have to unattach in order to get over that, because you're just gonna be going in a circle if you so happen to choose to keep thinking like that. Because no one, of course, like I say all the time, no one deserves to feel like that. No one deserves to, feel envious of other people and to feel down on themselves for it, because we're all in this together. No one knows, everyone's journey is different. Nobody knows the purpose of life being something that is the same to all of us, except for the fact that we're all on the same humanistic, experiential journey. And it's pretty fun and it's pretty cool. So you just have to ride the waves and enjoy it and unattach from negative things, especially from comparing yourself to other people, because we're all the same here. We're all doing the same thing, trying to, keep ourselves healthy and happy and enjoy the time we have here, because you never know when it could end. So something to keep in mind and something to practice. But other than that, I think that's all for today. Definitely something that this has been something that I've been thinking about a little bit. Comes to the same main concept of unattachment. Like I said, a lot of videos that I feel like I'll be making are subcategories of the major topics that I feel like I've talked about before. And this one's about unattachment. And I feel like it's very key in order to get over that. So I hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys are having a great day today. If you watched this far, I really appreciate you for spending your time watching this. But until then, my friends, have an amazing day today. And don't forget those happy trails and those nature baths and prana breaths to keep you grounded in the present moment, my friends. See you later.